Was there any loss? There was a loss. There was a loss. Why? Because the factory didn't work for the whole day. But can you quantify that quarrel? That quarrel was an event. That quarrel between the workers was an event. Can you quantify that? You cannot. As you cannot quantify that, you cannot record that. And as it cannot be quantified, it cannot be called as a transaction in accounting. Why? Because accounting is concerned with recording of transactions which can be evaluated in monetary form. And as this transaction cannot be evaluated in monetary form, it cannot be accounted. But there was a loss. Wasn't a loss? It was a loss. And there being a loss, this is the limitation of accounting. What is the limitation? That the transaction which cannot be expressed in terms of money cannot be recorded. Isn't it? So this is what the thing is. So any event that affects the financial position of an organization and requires recording is a transaction. King hardware transaction, you can just jot down this transaction. Please write this transaction so that we will be doing something with these. First is initial investment by owners rupees 1 lakh cash. Acquisition of inventory for rupees 75,000. Acquisition of inventory for rupees 35,000 on open account. Merchandise costing rupees 1 lakh was sold on open account for rupees 1 lakh 20,000. With the help of these transactions, what we will be doing in the next slide is that we will be giving effect to the accounting treatment of this, and accordingly we will be writing it in how it will be appearing in the balance sheet. I think you all have written it. Still writing? Now I will give effect to these transactions over here. That what will be the effect of these transactions on assets, liabilities and equities. Okay. So assets, liabilities and equities. Here are the assets you can see. Liabilities and equities. Liabilities are the outsiders equities, you can say, or you can say equities are the insiders liabilities. Means equities are nothing but the capital invested by an investor or capital invested by a proprietor in a business. मैंने अपने बिजनेस में 1 लाख रुपया लगाया. That is not a liability. That will be called equity because I myself have invested. So there is a minute difference between these. Though we are considering this business entity concept, but still there is a minute difference between equities and liabilities. Liabilities are actually outsiders' funds or loans taken from banks, financial institutions, some of your friends, loans from others, and all that. And equities means the capital which is invested by a proprietor in his business. If I have invested something in my own business, that is called equity. Okay? Though it's a liability, you can call it as a insider's liability. You can call liabilities as outsiders' equities. Is it clear? So the first transaction is initial investment by owners rupees 1 lakh cash. So you see now how it will affect the business. How it will affect the business? Asset will increase by cash. There will be a cash because he has invested just now. Are there any liabilities? No. But there are equities. 1 lakh. If I have invested something in my own business, that is equal to equities in